Hello. Welcome to Monday Night Live and Savvy Social Media and Online Business Strategies. My name is Nicole Stanton. I am so excited you are here. If you are watching this on the replay and you're catching this from the beginning, say hello, drop replay in the comments. And if you are on with us live, you guys know that I love to hear from you, love to see your comments, love to see who's popping on and engage with you guys. So tell me that you're here, say hello, and I cannot wait to dive into tonight's topic. We are going to be discussing lead generation. And the one thing that a lot of people kind of get wrong with lead generation, and we're going to dive into that to make sure that you can fix it and you don't have to make that mistake anymore or at all, really. So let me first just dive in. Hello. Good to see some people popping on. Hi, Colette. Let me first just isn't it crazy how long it's gotten? I need to cut it. Let me first start by saying some kind of housekeeping, what's going on, all the fun stuff. Hello, everybody. Okay, so first off, if you have not already, oh my goodness, you need to get yourself registered for the upcoming free masterclass. It will be on the 13th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. There will be a replay, but there will be prizes if you're on live. So try to make it live. And I will be doing something fun later on this week. If you are registered, if you invite friends to register, all the fun stuff. So make sure you're paying attention to the group so that you can plug along for that giveaway. But here's what we're going to be discussing. Tonight's topic, we're talking about lead generation. That's one of the 6 pieces that I put together in what I call my roadmap to social profits. And I'm going to be sharing more with you about the whole framework and the things that you need for a profitable social media strategy. Number one, a lot of people don't have a strategy per se. It's just fly by the seat of your pants, throw spaghetti at the wall, hope something sticks, post and pray, whatever you want to call it, right? So comprehensive, A to Z. We know exactly how your leads are coming in, what you're doing with them, how you're going to warm them up, how you're going to convert them, how you're going to perform, your services, provide your products, whatever it is that you have to do. Like, we're getting the whole thing down. So comprehensive. It is going to be profitable and it is going to be hustle free. This is not going to have you sitting behind Messenger all day long, messaging, because nobody has time for that. So if you have not already, go ahead and get yourself registered. But I did want to dive in a little bit to just lead generation here tonight. So that's what's coming. There are like almost 100 new group members this week. So if you are watching this and you're new, shout yourself out. Hello. I'm so glad to see that you are here and welcome. This is a community for learning, for connecting with one another, for, just building the skills that you need to develop your business online. I will say this is not the place. If you have a brick and mortar, there are certainly things that you can learn from this group. So you're welcome to stay, but this is geared towards people that have more virtual businesses. So your coaches, your consultants, your course creators, your network marketers, affiliate marketers, people building a personal brand, bloggers, whatever that may be. If you have something that you are monetizing online, this is definitely the place for you. So welcome, 100+-ish people. It's been crazy. Congratulations. We're so glad that you're here. All right, one last thing. I will be opening the doors to the Social Profit Academy here in 2 weeks, and there will only be 15 spots. I'm super excited about it. If you guys aren't aware, I do have a small group coaching program, and I keep it small for a reason. I like to get to know my clients. I'd like to know their businesses inside out, what's going on. I keep them accountable, and it is a 6-month program where we hash everything out. So that is coming. If that is something you have taken a look at in the past, or you've considered, I need to do something else for my business to take things to the next step, just know 15 spots, and once they're gone, they're gone. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's jump in and talk about what we are here to talk about tonight, which is lead generation. So I asked you guys on Saturday, if you did not see the poll, I would love for you to share in the comments, whether you're watching replay or you're watching live, what is your method for lead generation? So give me a big old goose egg if I don't actually have a strategy. I'm not actively adding people to my list. It's just same old kind of stagnant. Sorry, I got this one straggle here. same old stagnant, right? So give me a 0 if that's you. Give me a, let's say 1 if you mostly use Facebook, or just say Facebook. That's cool too. How about Instagram? Who's using Instagram? Who's using TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube? I mean, it goes on and on. Blogging, lead magnets, Facebook groups, live video. There were several people that added a couple of things that I thought were great. So tell me, and I want to hear from you guys, like, what is it that you're using when it comes to generating leads for your business? Because we all know that if you don't have people to talk to, it doesn't matter what it is that you have to sell. You could be the most amazing human being on the whole planet with the most amazing transformational product, service, whatever it may be. If you don't have people to talk to, it does not matter. So where are you getting those people? You got to have a strategy for that. We can't just wing it. All right. So with that being said, talk to me. Tell me where it is that you are leveraging. I will tell you for me. Hi, Michelle, Academy member here popping on. For me, I primarily use Facebook. I'm getting into Pinterest. I'm getting into blogging. I'm getting into YouTube. And there's a whole strategy behind that where I'm weaving things together and taking videos I've done here and turning the, transcribing it. Did you guys see my post about transcribing? Go to Google Docs, I think it's under tools, and then voice typing, I believe was the name of it. And you can have Google Docs transcribe videos, podcasts, whatever. You're no longer going to rev.com and paying $1 per minute. You're no longer paying a VA to do it. You are going to Google Docs. The only downside is that you can't be working on your computer. So set it up, go downstairs, make dinner, or, put it on while you're in bed or whatever that may be, but transcribe your stuff. So there you go. All right, fun tip. I digress. So for me, I use a lot of Facebook groups, both here in this group. You guys are all here in this group. I love you. And I know that, this is a wide variety of people who come here, who come to learn, and everybody's getting different value from it. But there's going to be people who stay here in the free group, and that's all they ever want to do. There's going to be people who take it another step further and join my Inner Circle membership, which is just twice monthly Q&A calls where we hop on, we hash things out. And there are people that are going to do my Social Profit Academy or even one-on-one coaching, right? So I'm here to serve, but I'm here to connect with people in the group and provide value and let you guys get to know me. I leverage other people's Facebook groups to connect with people, to build leads, right? So there's got to be a strategy. I want to hear from you guys what it is that you are leveraging. And here's the thing, there's no one right way. There's not. It's just a matter of what works for you and what works for your business. And that's why I really like working closely with people to determine what does your business need? What does your audience need? Where is your audience hanging out? Let's really fine tune that and figure out where you should be. Again, strategy. This is not just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that it's going to stick. So if you are actively building leads, that's the first thing we got to fix is we need a strategy in place for you to actively bring new people to your sphere of influence on a regular basis. Without stop, you've got new people. But then here is where people go wrong. And this is why I titled this, I forget exactly the title, but it was something about, lead generation is worthless without. It's worthless without a place to put those leads. You don't own social media, my friends. I love social media. I build on social media, but you don't own it. You're building on borrowed land. Okay? You are building on something that very well could be taken away from you. It is something that you do not own. It is something that you don't have control over. So do you have an email list? Do you have a Facebook group? I know I just say you don't own social media, but it is another place where you have control, right? Where are you putting these people? Because sales statistics show us that 2% of people are ready to go like that. All right, so what if I said, okay, Misty Lou's on. Hello, Misty Lou. Misty Lou, here are 10,000 leads. I'm sending them to you tomorrow. Do you have the systems in place to get those 10,000 people through? Have the conversations you need to? Do you have, back end systems, your email marketing, your nurture sequences? Do you have all of that set up? Do you have a place to contain those people so that if they're not in that 2% who are pretty much ready to go, they're just buyers and they buy without really seeing much of that person? Or you let the 98% fall out. Think about it like a cup. All right, so here's my cup. If you're new to me, I love pink. You'll notice I love pink. All right, so this is my cup. That would be like saying, I'm going to take this cup to the faucet and I'm going to start filling it with water. But I forgot to tell you that there's very giant hole at the bottom of my cup and it's not actually holding anything. So what's the point of generating leads if it's all just coming right out the bottom? If there is no system to contain them, if there is no place to nurture them, no automations in place to do a lot of that for you so that it is hustle free, like our masterclass we'll talk about, right? Then you're wasting your time and you're spinning your wheels and it sucks. And I say that because I've been there and I totally get it. But when you figure out, I need to have this in place, this in place, this in place, and this in place, and you start actually putting the pieces together like a giant puzzle, and you fit everything together, all of a sudden, if I handed you 10,000 leads, you wouldn't be freaking out. Everyone's like, oh, if I just had more people to talk to. Hello, we live in a world with like 7 billion people, right? Facebook has millions upon millions upon millions of users, and that's just one platform. People is not the problem. It's understanding who it is you're speaking to, what is the problem that you're solving, what is the messaging, getting clear on the messaging, and generating leads that you hold on to so you fill the giant cup as opposed to letting it fall right out the bottom. Notice I mentioned several things there. I'm not talking about all those tonight. You need to register for the masterclass for that. So if you're just jumping out, I'll put it back up on the screen. It'll be 4/13, so 2 weeks from tomorrow. Live will be prizes, but yes, there's a replay. Probably about an hour and 15 minutes here in the Savvy Social Media group. And we're going to talk about all 6 pieces you need for this comprehensive, profitable, hustle-free social media strategy with systems on the back end to support what you're doing on the front end. It's strategy. You have to be strategic in what you are doing, and you have to make sure that you don't have this giant hole, because if you do, why are you spending your time or even your money? If you're running Facebook ads or you're spending money on a VA to do some of this stuff for you, you're spending money and you have no way to hold those leads. That's a problem. Okay, so that was point number 2. Point number 3. I want you to get to the point where you're generating leads and getting paid to do so, because it's really fun. It is really fun to say, oh, you got a sale. Oh, you got a sale. Oh, you got a sale. I didn't do anything for that. It is completely passive behind the scenes, and I am making money to put targeted leads onto my list. And maybe if you're watching, you might be one of those people who just came in, who bought one of either my content Trello board. I think it's $9 after you grab the algorithm PDF. And then there's a stories workshop that I did last summer. So I prepared it, presented it, it's still current, but I hosted it last summer and I'm still putting it out there. Why? Because there's a need. It's going to help those people that are new to my arena. It's going to give them a taste of who I am, what I have to offer. I'm getting paid to put people on my list. I'm also seeing who are my freebie seekers and who are my people who are a little bit more committed to investing in their business, because we all know that to go up, you have to usually do something to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your mindset, in your skill set, in your overall business so that you can take that next step up the ladder. To go up, you got to grow up. You got to show up. You got to, level up. So are you getting paid to generate your leads? And are you doing it in your sleep? That's the other fun thing. And that's one of the things that I love teaching my Academy members is the power of lead magnets. And maybe you have one. If you have a lead magnet, shout it out in the comments. Let us know. Feel free to drop your links. That's totally cool. I mentioned last week that I'm giving you guys more opportunities to promote, because I'm leveraging Facebook groups. I want you guys to do that here too. So if you have a lead magnet, drop it in the comments, and we would love to see it, right? But the cool thing about a lead magnet, again, I'm going to really go into this. Here's it's backwards, so it's really weird. Here's the link, designyourlifewithconfidence.com/masterclass. But I will go over this a little bit more in depth. But basically, a lead magnet is exactly what it sounds like. It is a magnet for leads who are targeted, who want what it is that you have to say and what you have to offer. And if you've done it well, then that lead magnet brings people in the door, and then you can button that up to other things that coordinate, right? So my algorithm PDF, if you don't have that, by the way, drop algorithm in the comments, and I will get you the link to that as soon as we are done. Or if you're watching this on the replay, just tag me, please, because sometimes I literally get like 40 notifications every time I get onto Facebook. So if you don't tag my name, then sometimes I don't see it. So it's not that I'm not getting back to you. It slips out. So algorithm PDF. All right, cool. You know how the algorithm works. Well, guess what? One of the amazing things about the algorithm is that when you use live video, when you use engaging content, right? Like content that's going to catch your viewer, that's going to boost you in the algorithm. So the next step to that was, awesome. So you learned a little bit about the algorithm. Would you like to get some content? That is something most people struggle with. Yes, no. Okay, yes, awesome. While you're here, would you also like to learn how to leverage Instagram stories and Facebook stories? Yes, no? Okay, cool. Right? So it kind of flows. And then you get in here and you start learning in here and you start seeing some of my other videos. By the way, go check out Unit 1. I've got a whole bank, or I guess they're guides now. I don't know why they changed it, but we've got a whole bank of content. A whole year's worth of training videos that you're welcome to go binge watch, right? Build your skills. Schitt's Creek and whatever else you're watching on Netflix does not build your skills for your business. Just saying that. But guys, when you're thinking about that, I'm bringing people into my sphere of influence, into my community, into my email list, into my my Facebook group, whatever that may be, and I'm able to connect with them and build that know, like, and trust factor and warm them up. And some people, total transparency here, some people come to this group, they take a look around, they go, nope, this is not for me, and they leave. And that's A-okay. Attract, repel. We'll talk about that some on the masterclass too. It's okay to attract people. It is totally okay to repel people. And you want that because then you get a more honed in audience, which is going to convert better. All right, so let's recap today. Lead generation. Number one, if you're not actively generating leads, that's got to be the first thing we fix, right? Like, you can't keep going back to the same 15 people and saying, hey, are you still interested? Has your timing changed? You know how we had a conversation a year ago and 6 months ago and 4 months ago and 2 months ago and last month and last week? They, to a certain point, yes, follow up with people. But to a certain extent, like, you've got to bring in new. Because you just don't know when that person's timing is going to change, if it's going to change. So number one, bring in new leads. If you're not doing that, let's fix it. If you are, tell me where you're getting your leads from. If you've just now joined us, drop that in the comments. I want to hear what platform, what is your strategy? Tell me in the comments and I can help you out with that. Number two, what are you doing to keep those leads? Hold on to them. You do not want to pour those leads into your nice pretty cup and then have them all out the bottom. You want them to come in. You want them to stay in. You want them to just like hang out until something changes in their life, in their business, in their situation, where all of a sudden they've been seeing you, they've been seeing your emails, they've been seeing your Facebook Lives, they've been seeing your group, they've been seeing your posts, and now it's like that light switch happens, and now I'm ready for the thing that you do. But that's not going to happen if you can't contain them. So lead generation is worthless unless you hold on to those leads. You need a place to put them. I use a leaky faucet analogy. I'm not going to go into that here. Make sure you're at the masterclass for that, and I'll go way into depth on the leaky faucet, okay? Number three. This will take you some time, perhaps. For me, it took I knew I wanted to do this, but I needed several things in place before. But get to the point, put it on your goal board, put it on your vision board, where you have some kind of a back end offer, mini, that you can do to get paid for leads. Now, and if you're watching this in your network marketing, you're like, oh, this won't work for me. I'm not a coach. Yeah, it sure can work for you. Let's say your products are, I don't know, skincare. Okay. So you have some lead magnet on, I don't know, the seven habits that you need to stop right now to improve your skin. I'm making stuff up on the fly. Okay. And then on the back end of that, once they grab that freebie and that lead magnet, it's value. You're providing value, right? On the back end, you could have a little $7, $9, $12 bump of some kind. Maybe it's an ebook. Maybe it's a video series. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. I don't know. That's why, I don't come up with this on my own. But that's why I love working with people to say, tell me about your business. Tell me all the things that you have to offer, and let's come up with that. Let's figure out what makes sense for you. But I can't do that with 2,000 people in the group. I can do that with a small knit community of people, which is why I'm keeping my next round of Academy students to 15 only. So if that's something you're interested in, that's coming up in 2 weeks. Once the 15 spots are gone, they're gone. So keep that in mind. But that's step number 3 is, are you getting paid to put leads on your list? Guys, I'm for this month, I'm coming up right around $2 a lead. So say I put 500 leads on my list. That's $1,000 passive that I'm not doing a whole lot for. I mean, it's not like the most amazing money ever, but it's money. And it's something that I'm not actively having to pursue. Plus, these are targeted people, and it helps me see who are the people who have the tendency to pull the trigger right away. These are the people that are more likely to pull the trigger on other things that I have to offer, whereas the other people are more likely to be the incubator kind of people that just need to hang out in the cup and just chill for a little while until they realize that they like me or they don't, and that they need what I have to offer or they don't, right? All those things. But your lead generation is worthless if you can't find a way to contain those people and hold on to them so that you can show them what it is that you do. Let your light shine, right? Really, really show them your passion. Show them where you're coming from. Show them your heart. Show them your desire. It's interesting because I have conversations with you guys a lot of times in Messenger as you're coming into the group. And some of the women that have come in last week, I'm like, tell me more about what you do. And I can just I can feel the passion for the things that they do based on how they're communicating that with me. It may not be something I'm personally interested in, but I can tell right off the bat, holy moly, this woman is dynamic and she's amazing and she's got something powerful to share. What is it that you have to share, and what are you doing to bring those leads to you and keep them with you? Contain them. Don't let them fall out the bottom of your cup, so that when they realize, oh my gosh, you are amazing, and I love what you have to, what you bring to the table. I love your energy. I love your enthusiasm, whatever it may be. I want to give you my money. Here is my credit card number. Let's do it. But you gotta keep your people in your cup. Okay? So with that, guys, what's coming up this week? So we're gonna do Fridays, promo Fridays. So if you haven't seen those posts, you can always go back and promote on the old promo Friday post. Feel free to go do that. I don't care. It's still out there. I'm in a siffle. Friday's promo Friday. I believe Saturday, I made it social Saturdays. We're going to start sharing where you are online. There's going to be several opportunities for you guys to bring more of you to the table here in the group. And the reason I want to do that is twofold. One, it helps you promote, right? It helps you get your name out there. But two, it builds that community. And just like I'm talking about having a container and holding on to people and letting people get to know me, if you start bringing value or you start sharing some things, people are going to start to realize who you are. Maybe they friend request you. Maybe you have your Facebook profile set up the way you should with the nice, pretty cover banner that tells people where to go and what you want them to do. And that's a whole other training. But, maybe you're going to connect with your very next client, your very next customer right here in this group. And I would love that to happen. So keep an eye out on the group. If you don't have notifications set to on, go ahead and do that. Get yourself registered for the masterclass. That's all I've got for you guys tonight. Lead generation is amazing. You should absolutely be doing it, but make sure you've got some strategy behind it, because if you don't, you are going to end up with a cup that you keep pouring into and everything is falling out the bottom and you're spinning your wheels and you're not getting traction, and that's not the point. We want you to get traction. We want you to see results because you've got something to go sell, to offer, to serve other people. When you do better on social media, you serve more people, you make more money, you make a bigger impact. Everything is a win-win. It's a happy, happy thing. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night. If you were on replay, say hello. If you were on live, say hello. If you found value in this, invite some friends here to the group. Would love to have them join us for the masterclass. And I will see you guys later.